One of the major benefits of moving your technical resources away from a local environment to a cloud-based solution is the reduction in risk from significant threats. Most of the time, the cloud does positive things for security and risk management, like ensuring uptime through redundant data centers or improving security due to stricter technical standards that get audited. But that's not to say there aren't any risks of operating in the cloud and that we can get by on lax security. Let's talk about security risks in the cloud that you need to be aware of. Authentication Compromise. The cloud allows us more flexibility when it comes to how we work and access our data. But this convenience comes with a risk. The same flexibility that allows you to work wherever and however you want could also be a window into a cyber attack. This usually comes in the form of stolen passwords and unauthorized logins. To combat this, make sure you deploy strong tools like multi-factor authentication that rely on a name and password as well as an expiring token. It's also important to implement other controls like policy management so that your staff knows the proper procedures for logging in. A cloud environment isn't secure if a cybercriminal can just navigate to the portal, use an easily crackable username and password, and have access to all of your data. Poor access management. Most organizations will look at the flexibility of the cloud as a feature, but not consider ways to avoid significant risks associated with the overall management of access. For example, do your cloud resources have any kind of controls to geographically limit where they can be accessed? While you may not be able to do it all the time, many services allow you to restrict access outside of the country, or not allow connections outside of the corporate VPN, or specify the devices that are allowed to connect. The more sensitive the data assets behind access, the more we should seek to limit access to it. Insider threats. There's two types of insider threats. The first is what people normally think of with insider threats, which are staff members intentionally doing the wrong things, whether that's exfiltrating data outside of the organization against the rules, or using unapproved technology solutions that they prefer but we don't manage. The other kind of insider threat is when a cyber criminal exploits our staff to take advantage of their rights. This often comes from phishing and social engineering, where a staff member is basically tricked into volunteering information or clicking on a link with malware. Whether intentional or unintentional, these kinds of threats generally have less to do with technical security in place and more to do with how people use technology. As you can tell, these concerns exist in the cloud and on-site environments and can only be addressed with diligence and effort from management to communicate and create a security culture. Integration with insecure tools. Along with the rise of the cloud, there's also been a push towards data sharing and connectivity between applications. This is often done with add-ons or APIs that bolt onto the existing solution to provide new functionality. In the big picture, this is great because it provides more efficiencies and use out of our tech. But like anything else, we have to manage the risk associated with it. A poorly managed API could fail to adhere to security or compliance standards. Or over time, an API that was once thought to be secure could have a novel vulnerability that nobody knew about at the time it was initially deployed. To deal with this, we should do our diligence before integrating any add-on tools. It's also important to perform regular security reviews to determine how things may have changed, as well as rethink how our systems are built and maintained. Poor account management. One way the data could have been lost is because of an old account that was ignored. People come and go. Roles change and administrative account needs change over time. Plus, some people are simply given too much access. But is anybody looking at the accounts in place and what levels of access they have? Have you made sure that old administrative service accounts are disabled once they no longer needed? For many organizations, these are afterthoughts. But by overlooking these management needs, you put your organization at risk. The key to managing cloud risks is the same as managing local risks. By reviewing security controls regularly, making good management decisions, and using due diligence to ensure we are using the right tools. Thanks for watching this Tech Tips video. Until next time, stay vigilant, my friends.